All right, all right. Let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off for everyone here on the call. Coach, there you go. Looking good, man, as always.
Hey, man, look here. Not as good as you, brother.
Oh, no, no. I'm about to take me a screenshot right now. Right now, man. I'm proud to see what you got back there, man, about the book, about the author, the myth, the legend. He does live. He's not Bigfoot. He does live, man. So I'm glad to see you, man. It feels like it's been a while.
It has. It has. How everything going with you, man? What you been busy doing lately?
Man, well, one of the things that I planned on sharing with the group tonight is it's exactly what I've been doing lately. So we as we start, something like anything new, we start getting an understanding of with real estate in particular, understanding of hey, how to find deals, how to what to search for, what to look for. And then whenever we do, it's kind of like, okay, we get our hands on this opportunity, like, holy crap, what do I do next? And last week I probably had about 60 calls last week with new prospects, I'm speaking about students, people that, are interested in signing up with our services, and, those that actually have signed up for our services. So I had about 60 calls last week, and they all struggle with the exact same thing. And their struggle is, is, hey, how do I find good leads? Where do I search? What can I do? And so, me, Coach, I like to always share with people, hey, two methods. One method, which is, what's going to be free, the most cost affordable, things that you can do. Now, yes, the free way, it does include a little bit more legwork, but hey, you still are able to get things done on a budget, to where you're comfortable. And also I like to share with, hey, if you got some resources, just a little bit of resources behind you, hey, look, you can utilize, a couple of these tools that are out there to, help speed up the process. So, we like to try to, help all shapes and sizes, all different kinds of folks. So I wanted to touch on tonight, lead generation, how to find some good quality leads. And most importantly is, hey, you find these leads, it's like, hey, all right, how do I frame these conversations? How do I know what to offer, when to offer? How do I know if they're, serious or not? How do I qualify the lead? So, I wanted to, touch on that and, get your input as well. Your take on, the things that you're doing. Like I said, both two ways, hey, give us one free way and also give us one, paid service that you're using. Because I believe that, each entity can help us. Each one can help us. So I want to do that. And then too, hey, last I'll hit on the business credit. Because one of the things, again, I always share two ways of getting things accomplished. So when you're looking at credit, hey, how to, get transactions funded without using your credit. Then two, how to get transactions funded with using your credit. So, I want people to know that, hey, credit, it's important, but it doesn't make the transaction impossible. All right. It's important, but it does not make the transaction impossible. So I like to share, both sides. Our job, our goal, our role is always to help put people in the best possible position, situations they possibly can be. And we know that, hey, finding qualified leads, having the right conversations and being able to leverage, your credit. And when I say credit, I'm not always speaking about that FICO score. I'm also speaking about that credit, quote unquote, your reputation. So being able to leverage those things to where, hey, you can get in and out of transaction with very little monies of your own involved, unless you choose. So, so I want to just touch on that, Coach. I'm sorry for giving you a monologue right there, but damn it, you's gonna take it today, buddy. Uh-oh, man, I think you're on mute, man, because we can't hear you. No, we still can't hear
I
you.
got you, man.
I got there we go.
Got the microphone with the mute, and I got the doggone Zoom with the mute. Oh, great deal, brother. Great deal. Thank you for letting everybody know that we're taking on people to help. Bottom line, guys, this crew, these two guys want you to win. So we're trying to find ways to help as many people as possible win. We want you to go forward and do great things. We want you to change your family's generational wealth. And we want you to be the start of that, if you're not already doing it. I mean, several of you are already doing adventures and doing other things and making money already. And you may just be looking for a way to make passive income or make your money make money, private money investing. However, this group, this organization is established for your benefit and for to help you out. Myself and Joe is committed to making your dreams are realities, which is Williams Realities. And Joe, Coach Joe, he's our acquisition man. He know how to talk to anyone with any kind of objections, and he know how to overcome them. He's perfect in his favorite word, perfect. He's perfect at it, right? I'm more the coach, the mentor. I'm a school teacher by trade, certified principal, and I've been serving in the military for the last 23 years as well. So leadership is the most important thing. Coach several winning basketball teams, and I coach girls middle school basketball. So from doing that, and now on active duty, I miss teaching, I miss coaching, and Coach Joe, I've been mentoring and coaching and mentoring and coaching and mentoring and coaching. He said, man, we got to take this to everybody else. So he's got some superb qualities and expertise in a lot of areas. I have a wealth of knowledge as well, but I do not take as many actions as he does. So you get the best of both worlds. You got a guy that take action all the time, and you got a guy that read and study and learn everything. Read, study, and learn everything. And I pay for a lot of knowledge. So I done Kobe Spiber, Grant Cardone, Lee Arna, Dean Grazowski, Dan Merrill, you name them, I probably bought them. The Kingdom. I mean, everybody. I mean, I just like learning, and then not learning from me, but to teach you. So when you get a part of this group, guess what you get? You get all that knowledge. Now we own him 500 now we own credit repair. Now we own, hey, how to rent your car out. And then guess what else? I got an RV that's sitting in my mom's yard trying to rent that thing out called RV share. So we all over the place. We all over the place with how to make money and how to make our money make money. So we hope you join us. Go ahead, Joe. I ain't gonna take no more time.
No, man. I love, everything that you got to share. Yeah, I'll jump right into it though. Whenever we're speaking about leads, it's, so many different avenues and ways that you can actually find leads. And, hey, I'm just going to name a couple. All right. I'm just going to name a couple. And if any of these that I name that you guys aren't familiar with, you want a little bit more detail, just drop it in the chat, coach, make sure that, hey, to bring it up to me, and I'll make sure I speak a little bit in more detail about that. All right. So whenever you guys are looking for leads, it's, hey, what kind of leads, are you looking for? As far as, what's your strategy as an investor? Right. So let's say if you're investing and you want to do Airbnb, those are going to be different types of leads than you would if you're looking to wholesale or fix and flip a property. Right. The difference is that if you're doing an Airbnb, you're looking for a property that's, like rent ready, to where you can move right on in, and get the home ready to be listed. If you're looking for a fix and flip or wholesale opportunity, you're looking for properties that are distressed, right? Properties that, examples of distress could be a new roof, windows, doors, it just looks like it's in bad shape. Not that the property is not performing well. So, it's two different types. So I'm going to focus on one type, and that's going to be the distressed properties. Okay. If you guys want more information on, having conversations with landlords about Airbnb, short-term rentals, hey, just let coach know, and, he'll mention that to me to make sure that, I touch on that. Okay. But I'm going to speak on distressed properties. All right. When you're looking at a distressed property, it's several different things that can be considered distress. Okay. So it can actually be, just a vacant property. Okay. So it could be a property that an actual owner or someone lives in, is just not very well kept. Example, I picked up a property last week to where the owner lives in a different city, but he was actually renting the property out. And whenever I went to do my inspection of the home, I said, okay, yep, it's a distressed property, right? So you're looking for, properties. I would say number one, the easiest thing to do is looking for distressed vacant properties. Okay. How can you do that? One, you can start doing what they call driving for dollars. Basically, you get in your car and you drive around, and you look for homes that are vacant. How can you tell they're vacant? You look for, different clues like, hey, if the roof looks like it's jacked up, if there's boards on the windows or the doors, if the mailbox is full, that's a good indicator. If you see a lot of newspaper, one of the things I always look for is like the white posted sign on the front window or the front door. For those, that could be an indication for, a code violation. For, I like that, Coach, overgrown grass. Yep, that's right. When you see the white paper on the door, it can be code violation. Well, typically code violations are red and green. Okay, so the white could be from letters from the bank. It could be letters from the power company, the gas company. So look for those letters that seems, appears to be posted. Sometimes they could trick you too. You can get up there and it could say, hey, this property, it's, there's a disabled veteran in this home. I saw that on the house once and I was like, ooh, this is a nice one. Ran up to the door, read the letter. Okay, somebody lives here. But, that just gives you an idea of, hey, what a vacant property looks like, right? I like that, the overgrown grass. Easy indicator. And now here's something I would do with the overgrown grass, right? Say if you find this property, you say, okay, the house doesn't appear to be in bad shape, but you could tell it's vacant and the grass is tall. I would immediately call that owner. Okay. Whenever you call that owner, it's really, you want to get more information because the property doesn't look like it's in bad shape. But you could tell, hey, it's an issue, it's a problem for that owner because it's vacant. It's not making them any money. It's costing them money. So whenever I find those opportunities, I give them a call and I say, hey, this is Joe. And, hey, I have a house here in the neighborhood, whether I do or I don't. And, hey, I got a house a couple doors down from your house over here on 123 Main Street. Hey, I'm interested in your home. Is it for sale? Is it for rent? Then I'd be quiet, and I listen. Okay. They're going to let me know what their direction is with the property. Okay. Now, this is how you like really, really, really get some really good deals here. So let's say if they say the house is for sale, I come back. Coach said one of my favorite words is perfect. I always perfect. I would love to have the opportunity to purchase this home. Is there any way I can gain access to the property so I can take a look? And hey, typically, if it's a lockbox there, they're going to give you the lockbox code. If it's a family member or a friend local, they're going to put you in contact with them. And then so you can schedule that appointment. Okay. So let's say if they say, no, the house is not for sale, that they want to rent it. As I say, perfect, because I'm interested in it as well. Is there any way that I can gain access to the home? Now, here's the thing. Me as an investor, I said that, hey, I'm looking for distressed properties. Yes, I am. To where I can fix, flip, or wholesale. Yes, I am. But I also know that there are going to be other opportunities for me to make money, for me to win. So in this case, this scenario, if this individual wants to keep the property and, hey, I gain access to it, I'll call them back and I say, hey, I'm interested. How does a 24-month lease sound? So I go straight in. Okay, how much would you like? Then they may say, come back, hey, I would like 1,500. Okay, perfect. Would you like for me to be responsible for repairs, or are you going to take care of that? So I start digging in to where I can get a really, really sweet deal, right? A really sweet deal. And then I sum it all up. If you were ever going to sell this property, what would it take? And they will let you know. And I use that because I like to transition into my creative financing structure, quote unquote. This would be a perfect opportunity for a seller finance or a lease purchase. Because a seller finance, if he says, he or she says, hey, we may sell it, 10 years down the road. Okay, perfect. How about this? How about you go ahead and sell it to me now on a seller finance, and 10 years down the road, hey, I have a balloon payment that's due and I pay you out. You see that? So I found a problem. The property was vacant. It was empty. I found a solution because they wanted to keep the home and rent the home. Perfect. So I just kept having a conversation to where I sweetened the deal. And then at the end, I said, hey, if you was ever to sell this property, what would it take? Well, when would that be? Okay, perfect. I'll tell you what, you want to sell it in 10 years? All right, hey, let's do a seller finance. I'll stay here for 10 years. All right. But when I stay there for 10 years, I'm locking in my rate. So let's say if I lock in my rate at, instead of 1,500 at 1,400, I turn around and sublease that property out. We know what's happening right now in the real estate market. Rents are increasing on average, 3% around the country. Certain areas, you could be about 1.5%, right? But 3% is the average. So if I'm on a fixed rate and I can continue to increase my my rents 3% year over year over year over year, I'm going to turn out really, really good, really, really good. So guys, whenever I share with you guys, hey, these are the types of examples and coaching and mentoring that you guys are going to receive by, being a part of our network and our group. These are the things that you're going to receive, because there's no one way of like really biting an apple. No one way. That sucker is round. You can turn it, twist it upside down, no matter what. It's no one way to do it. So other than one bite at a time, that is it. So a real estate investing is going to be the exact same thing. Sometimes you have to have, some additional tools in your tool belt to get the deal done, to get the transaction closed. So, but back to, getting to, finding leads, that lead there in that example, that's actually a real life example, came from driving for dollars. Okay. So driving for dollars. Now I'm gonna give you guys a really good sexy thing that can happen when you drive for dollars. You can find that exact same house and that owner could tell you, hey, look, yeah, hell, I'm selling it. I ain't coming back. I don't want the house. You can have it. Okay. Yep. And you tell them, hey, I'll buy it for exactly what you owe. Now, if he says they don't want it, they've abandoned it. Perfect. I'll buy it for exactly for what you owe. Now, let's make it even sexier of how you can get your hands on this asset with no money out of your pocket. They've already decided they don't want the property. They're walking away. You tell the seller, I'm interested. I want this opportunity. So now you're starting this conversation and you tell the seller, hey, look, I'll buy the house for what you owe. This is what I want to do. I want to do a subject to financing transaction. Well, nobody knows what that means, unless you're in the real estate world. So what exactly is subject to? That is when the seller of the property agrees to deed you the property and leave the mortgage in their name, right? That doesn't make any sense. But in this case, it does. Why? The seller, he or she, they don't want to go through foreclosure, but they've already given up on the property. So you step in and you help them out. So now they leave the mortgage in their name. Let's say they're $30,000 behind. Okay. You're part of this group. We show you how to pick up the phone, call the banks. Hey, this is Mr. Barnett. I'm calling on behalf of Coach Williams about the property on 123 Main Street. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Hey, we want to go ahead and put in our request for mortgage assistance. Can you email me or fax me that application? But here's the thing, I already have applications. I already have all the information sent out. So you'll send that information in. And at that point, you will start negotiating with the bank for them to take the money that they're behind, wrap it back into the mortgage. So now you get a new house with a new mortgage that is not connected to you only by ownership. The mortgage isn't connected to you, but the asset, the property is. So driving for dollars can be a very, very beautiful thing. That's one thing that you're typically not going to come across whenever you're doing cold calling, but that is a way that you can find abandoned and vacant homes, simply driving. And remember this, if you don't have their, the name of who they are, you can always write down their address. Okay, write down the address. Then what you want to do from there, you want to go to the county's tax assessor's office. Okay, online, search the address, and then voila. Okay, once you search the address, the name of the owner will appear. This is the long way. This is the freeway. Okay, the name of the owner will appear. From there, you go to True People Search or Fast People Search. Okay, Coach, can you bring that up? Are you able to bring that up? If not, hey, I can do it here. All right, here, let me do it here. Okay, so you'll go to True People Search or Fast People Search. So once you do that, let's see here. There you go. See right here, once you do that, you can simply insert the owner's name and new address, and you'll get, you'll get their phone numbers. Okay, so True People Search is a good source. Fast People Search, those are free sources. Okay, like I said, I want to give you guys, information on free and paid. So whenever you fast forward, driving for dollars, doing bandit signs, believe it or not, those still work. We buy houses still work. You don't get as many calls as you used to get from them, but they do work. Social media ads, they can be expensive, but they do work. The best form of social media ads from what's worked for me as well as Coach in the past is, we would just make a personal post and share it with all our friends. Hey, I'm interested in buying, a property, in New Orleans, Louisiana. If anyone knows anyone is looking to sell, let me know. Any condition as is. Hey, and you circulate that, I promise you, if you circulate that every day for a week, you're gonna land a deal. Make that post. You know how you can make posts and just words, and then you can change the color of the background. Make that post, share it for a week, every single day. I can guarantee you that you're going to you're going to find a lead. Okay, and everyone that likes it, thank them, ask them. Coach likes it. Thanks for liking the post, Coach. Do you know anyone? The reason why you're doing that is because you want Coach liked it. Now, once he responds, you want the people that's in his network to see that he's responding and commenting on your post, and so forth. So you want to just keep going. Always make sure you get the last word. If you're a woman, you're good with that, because y'all always get the last word. Always get the last word. Men, we know, just be quiet and just zip it. Women, you guys want to be excellent. Coach, you crazy. Okay, so you got driving for dollars. You have social media. You have what's another free source? I like to use Zillow. Zillow is a good source for finding leads. Now, you don't always find distress leads on Zillow, but if you go look on Zillow for sale by owner, it's typically a reason they're choosing to sell by owner versus an agent. It's typically one or two things. They don't want to be lowballed. They don't want to pay an agent. The house isn't in good enough shape. So those are good opportunities. And last, hey, Craigslist. As ancient as that website looks and feels, man, you can still make a lot of money utilizing Craigslist. Craigslist is free. So you can do that one or two ways. You can go on Craigslist and look for properties, or you can go on Craigslist and post. Okay, so you can just look and see what other people have posted, or you can make posts, hey, we buy houses, looking to buy a home as is. and people will start responding to you via email, via text, whatever form of communication that you accept. So, Coach, do you got anything else to suggest when it comes to the free, finding free leads?
Look here, you you done gave out so much information, man. I don't want to come behind you. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a different direction. Joe gave you specific ways. Coach Joe gave you specific ways to find leads, right? So I'm going to give you some general ways, right? The general ways would be, hey, it's 4 Ds out there. I'm going to give you 3 of the 4 Ds. If you want the 4th D, you got to call Joe and get on his calendar. All right. So the easy D, the very easy D, the D that everybody's doing right now. Nobody's committed. Nobody stays in a relationship. Everybody's getting divorced, right? Divorce. That's the first D. When people decide they want to split, that house that they living in, that they own, that they're buying, have to go somewhere. And most of the time, neither one of them want to keep that house. Either the house note too high, either the memories, either one person breaking up and don't want to, pass those memories on, and both of them bought the house together. So we got to separate. So divorce. If you know anybody, I mean, I'm sure you can walk outside and see a lot of folks that have divorced. All right. Next. Unfortunately, Hurricane Katrina happened. Unfortunately, ice storms and tornadoes happened.
Just happened.
Unfortunately, you have disasters, right? When you have a disaster, you have opportunities for others to come in. When Hurricane Katrina happened, all those properties that was jacked up wasn't worth nothing, wasn't worth anything. They came back, investors came back and bought them up. Those properties wasn't worth anything, now worth like $1 million, $500,000. They're not too far from the French Quarters. Airbnb it up. They're making money. They took the opportunity. They didn't get scared about the mold. They didn't get scared about the flood. They didn't get scared about all the people talking all that yin yang. They took action. They bought up. They rebuilt, and they're making solid money. All right. And the third D, you have to look for the 4th one. All right. The third D is really easy. It's really easy. As we get older, we kind of get ill. As we get ill, we get terminal diseases. As we get a terminal disease, we don't need our house no more. Some people are passing and they're doing reverse mortgages where they take the money out their mortgage and they live their best life before they pass. That house is going to be vacant. That house needs somebody to come and take it out their hands. That house, they may not have anybody to will it over. Right? They may be somebody may inherit the house with their terminal disease, right? They pass and then they inherit the house. And guess what? One thing about people that inherit stuff, they don't have the same emotional connection with that inherit property. They didn't work for it. They didn't get up every night. They didn't build the house. They didn't mark the blueprint. Right? So since they didn't do those things, they have no emotional contact. They just saying, auntie or uncle passed, they left us this, and guess what now? I got this. I got it. I can have it. Oh, thank you. I can get rich. Right? So those are 3 Ds. It's one more D and driving for dollars, eviction court, absent owner. Absent owner. Thank you for adding that to that, brother. But the 4D is not driving for dollars either. You have to talk to Joe, get on his schedule, and I'll give you out a 4D. Joe will give you the 4D. I'll make sure Joe know what the 4D is. And it's really simple. It's right there. But I got to do something to entice you to take action.
Man, you crazy. No, but absolutely. Those are like, great examples there. So if you guys know anyone that's experienced any of those, challenges, that those could be, potential great opportunities for you as well as for them, right? Can be. I just dropped in, driving for dollars, eviction court, absentee owners. Those are great opportunities to find, motivated sellers, really good leads. Now, if we're going to go and dive into, look for paid leads, one of the services that I use, it's called PropStream. You guys may be familiar with it. If you're not familiar with it,